Yeah, in that particular section of, it's in the end of We Agnostics, and it's a story, a piece of the story from Fitz M, who was one of the original AAs. In the first edition of the book, he was in the stories, a minister's son. They struck him from later versions for whatever reason. But the story remains in the text because he talks about, how he was raised by religious people, but he saw them experience all kinds of human frailty, and it caused him to be in a state of disbelief. And then, having been in war and seen man's atrocity to man, and drinking ever more, he had gotten to a deplorable state himself. And so he then talks about the AA who visits him and tells him about what God had done for them. And although he rejected it at the time, he went back to his room that night in the hospital, and he started reflecting on, what had been shared with him in his entire life up to that point. And then he recounts that he just outwardly, screaming sort of in his thoughts that he, God hadn't done anything for him. And then his thought life just pounded at him, screamed at him within his thought life, who are you to say there is no God? And it caused him to fall out of his bed to his knees, because he knew that revelation coming into his thought life, although in him, was not of him. And then he talked about the minute he knew the Master's voice and the minute he submitted, he started to feel the rivers of rushing water flowing in through him and over him.